So Mohammed Shafi is right now in police custody. The cops have described him as a psychopath, as a pervert, someone who got sadistic pleasure from these kind of killings and murders. Now here's how in fact he carried out this particular crime. Shafi regularly searched Facebook for victims, people who were desperate for some change, for some miracles in their life. He created a fake profile as a self-proclaimed tantric, and then that's how he duped Bhagawal Singh and Leila Bhagawal Singh. He posed essentially as a woman and then honey-trapped the other accused, Bhagawal Singh. So he claimed to be Sri Devi on Facebook. Shafi promised the accused couple that if they followed his directives, they went ahead and committed these human sacrifices, they attained wealth and prosperity, and all their financial troubles essentially would be taken care of. He coerced the couple then to hold these human sacrifices for wealth. Reportedly, he knew Bhagawal Singh from 2019. So since then, they were talking. He finally managed to convince them. He lured the victims then, both of these women, Padma and Rosalind, the victims who were killed. He knew them, he lured them to the couple's house and then essentially told them how to commit this murder, including some of the gruesome details that we've been telling you put out by the police. Shafi thereby has been labelled as a sexual predator and sought sadistic pleasure is what the cops say. There have been previous cases also against him. He's even been accused in the rape of a 75-year-old woman, according to the Kerala police. So he was essentially a repeat offender. 8 other cases have been registered against Mohammed Shafi as well, in which he's been named as the accused. So this gives you details really of this agent, the self-proclaimed tantric, who committed these crimes and actively also masterminded them. I want to take this across now to Dr. Anjali Chabria, who is a psychiatrist, renowned psychiatrist, who's joining us on this broadcast. Good evening, doctor. I think the question everyone's asking is how something like this, how a crime like this could have been committed, and it's not spur of the moment, is it? From the details that the police have put out, someone like Mohammed Shafi, I beg your pardon, was planning this for the last many years.
Absolutely. And there are so many people like him who are out there. And you see, there are lots of different points that are very, very important in this. The first is the use of social media, and there is nothing to monitor social media. Anybody can post anything on social media and get away with it. So the cyber crime has to really work at this. The second thing is, we are a country where mental health is so important, but people, instead of taking help for mental health issues, go to people like healers and tantrics for anything and everything, for physical health and mental health issues. And these are the people who get manipulated by others. The third thing is the goriness of the crime, and this person who has been kind of, doing this again and again. You said that he actually, he raped a 75-year-old.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. And after that, these are the crimes that he has planned, and he has manipulated people. And obviously, the people who were manipulated, they're supposed to be smart and intelligent people, but they actually got manipulated to, to do these horrific crimes that they have committed.
But that's the question, Dr. Chabria. What he's essentially done is very cleverly found people who are extremely religious, extremely devout, who would fall for the so-called tantric activity that he was peddling, and then also ensured that he lured the women on the pretext of money. The question everyone's asking is, how did it come across to him to, commit such a gruesome crime, in the sense that what's running through his mind? Is this a clinical illness?
No. See, first of all, I think let's not blame. These people are devious. So let us not say that they're suffering from psychiatric disorders,
Sure.
Because what will happen is, then when you see someone suffering from a psychiatric disorder, you're going to look at this person and say, oh my God, this person can also commit a crime. But the fact of the matter is that these are devious criminal people, and people suffering from psychiatric disorders are just people who are going through an illness. So these are people who have personality issues. That means, from the word go, they do not think in the right way. They are antisocial in nature, and they keep on thinking of different ways to dupe people. So if everybody is taught to go in a straight line, these guys will go in anything but a straight line, and they are manipulative. And that is what we have seen, that they have manipulated people who probably wanted things.
Hmm.
Someone wanted fame, someone wanted money. And yes, there are a lot of people, instead of going to the right kind of people for help, fall prey to these people, because these people are
Yeah.
very sweet. They're manipulative, and they will kind of promise you, and then they'll say, oh, we will not take money from you, etc., etc.
But that's the point.
And that,
Dr. Chabria, my apologies for intervening, but
yeah, no, no, go ahead.
you see many of these cases of whether it's serial killers or these kind of cases
Yes.
also of occult practices, very often it's linked to some childhood trauma or some bad experience in life. Is that the said rule, or are there cases where people, and in this kind of a case where Mohammed Shafi is naturally inclined towards violence?
Right. So first of all, every human being is different, and they have different issues, right from genetic issues. So I mean, we have seen that, if you look at the genetics, there are people who are, angry people will give rise to angry people. Of course, your childhood is extremely important, because what you've gone through in childhood is what makes you the person. But
Hmm.
at the same time, look at the flip side of it. You will see the best doctors, the best human beings come out of bad circumstances. And we have so many people, even looking at our current president, went through such bad circumstances, and what has she made out of her life? So I think it's extremely wrong to blame circumstances, or to say that this person has a psychological disorder.
Hmm.
If at all we have to classify them, these are psychopaths, and psychopaths are not psychiatric disorders.